drive, verb, verb forms, drive, drives, drove, driven, driving, vehicle, one, intransitive, transitive, to operate a vehicle so that it goes in a particular direction. Can you drive? Don't drive so fast. I drove to work this morning. Shall we drive? Go there by car or go by train? Drive something. He drives a taxi. That is his job. Serrated entries. Driving. 2. Transitive. Drive somebody. Plus adverb. Preposition. To take somebody somewhere in a car, taxi, etc. Could you drive me home? Serrated entries. Driving. 3. Transitive. Drive something. To own or use a particular type of vehicle. What car do you drive? Serrated entries. Driving. Machine. 4. Transitive. Usually passive. Drive something. To provide the power that makes a machine work. A steam-driven locomotive. Make somebody do something. 5. Transitive. Drive somebody. Plus adverb. Preposition. To force somebody to act in a particular way. The urge to survive drove them on. You are driving yourself too hard. 6. Transitive. To make somebody very angry, crazy, etc. Or to make them do something extreme. Drive somebody plus adjective. To drive somebody crazy, mad, insane. Drive somebody to do something. Hunger drove her to steal. Drive somebody to something. Those kids are driving me to despair. Humorous. It's enough to drive you to drink. To make you start drinking too much alcohol. Serrated entries. Anger. Make somebody, something, move. 7. Transitive. Drive somebody, something, plus adverb, preposition. To force somebody, something, to move in a particular direction. To drive sheep into a field. The enemy was driven back. Serrated entries. Animal farming. Cause something to make progress. 8. Transitive. Drive something. To influence something or cause it to make progress. This is the main factor driving investment in the area. Hit, push. 9. Transitive. Drive something plus adverb preposition. To force something to go in a particular direction or into a particular position by pushing it, hitting it, etc. To drive a nail into a piece of wood. Make a hole. 10. Transitive. Drive something plus adverb preposition. To make an opening in or through something by using force. They drove a tunnel through the solid rock. In sport. 11. Transitive. Intransitive. Drive something plus adverb preposition. To hit the ball with force, sending it forward. To drive the ball into the rough. In golf. Wind, water. 12. Transitive. Drive something plus adverb preposition. To carry something along. Huge waves drove the yacht onto the rocks. 13. Intransitive. Plus adverb preposition. To fall or move rapidly and with great force. The waves drove against the shore. Extra examples. He was arrested for driving recklessly. I'll drive you home. She drove quickly back to the office. She got into the car and drove away. We drove from Quebec to Ottawa. You shouldn't drive so fast. Driving from London to Manchester. Driving lessons can be expensive. Have you ever driven a racing car? He drives a taxi. He took a wooden peg and drove it into the ground. Hunger drove them to steal. I asked the man to drive me home. I learned to drive when I was 25. It's enough to drive you to drink. It's the story of a teenager driven to despair by the hypocrisy of the adult world. My mother drove us to the airport. Shall we drive or go by train? Someone had driven a nail deep into the wood. The knife had been driven through his heart. They ran a driving school in Birmingham. They were driven to an unknown place in the hills. They are intending to drive from Seattle down to San Diego. We drove the rest of the way in silence. We must have driven over 600 kilometers today. What type of car do you drive? You need a special license to drive a heavy goods vehicle. You are driving yourself too hard.